morning, Winnie Free Church. Hope you're doing well. So let me ask you a question. How self-sufficient do you see yourself? How self-sufficient are you? So I'm outside this morning, and it's cold this morning. It was warm, kind of warm the last couple of days, but the rain and everything, but it's a little bit chilly, which is great, means fall's coming. But I'm out here and I'm looking at this family of squirrels that I have in my backyard. I've got tons of squirrels back here. I won't turn the phone around because I'd be chasing them all around with it. But they're out here all the time, and they're always looking for food. You know, there's birds out here all the time looking for food, and especially now as we get into fall and it gets colder, they're out here pretty much double time looking for food to store up for winter. And so it got me thinking about that question: how self-sufficient are we? And I thought of the verse where Jesus talks about worry and trouble and provision. And he says things like, I clothe the lilies of the field. Won't I take care of you? He says things like, I feed the sparrows. Won't I take care of you? He says that by feeding the 5,000 with nothing more than a few loaves of bread and fishes. There's so many examples in the Gospels, especially in the life of Jesus, where he either says or he does something that shows us that he is sufficient for us, that he is the one that takes care of us, and that he absolutely does not need us to be self-sufficient. I thought of that actually in context of the sermon that Pastor Benjamin talked about last week, about lament. And I think one of the reasons that lament is important for us as Christians, it's because it reminds us that we don't have to be self-sufficient. It reminds us that we don't have to have it all together. But most of all, it reminds us that we are not our own source, that we are not the ones that are in charge of our lives, that we are not the ones that are calling all the shots, that we are depending on a creator who made us, who loves us, and who has a plan for our life, and who is working out that plan. Now we make decisions and we make choices, and we're in partnership with him, to live our life and to carry out that plan. But he is the one who loves us more than we love ourselves. He's the one who's able to take care of us more than we are able to take care of ourselves. And I've been thinking about this verse, especially this week for myself. Some of you know I really I have a health struggle with my gut, and it's been an up and down thing over the years. And there are times, certain days when it's really bad, that I really understand that lament. I really understand that idea of I can't be self-sufficient, because there's things in our life that we can figure out. We all have challenges, and we can figure them out. We can think through it. We can come up with an earthly solution, whether it's financial or whether it's finding a job or just anything. I mean, we can really do anything ourselves if we want to. But then we have those moments, those things, those problems that come up, and we just don't know what to do about them, and we've tried this, we've tried that, and, we seem to maybe get it figured out a little bit, but overall, if we're really honest with ourselves, it's the thing in our life that we just can't quite figure out how to fix it, right? And I've been thinking about that this week. The Lord's really brought me to a place with this particular issue in my life where he's saying, Randall, I love that you're self-sufficient, and I love that you can, just get right in there and figure things out and kind of, have that leadership quality. I've always had that my whole life. I think sometimes he says, I made you that way for certain reasons, but he's also saying, I need you to press into me, I guess is the best way I can say it. I need you in certain areas of your life and at certain times to let go of that self-sufficiency. And I need you to just trust me. I need you to press into me. I need you to come close to me. And I need you to just let go. And that's hard, because you think, if I let go, Does that mean it's going to get any better? Does that mean that you're just going to fix it? I mean, there's all these questions that come up. And I think sometimes the Lord is saying it's not about any of those questions. It's about trusting me, and it's about our relationship together. And the verse that speaks so clearly to that is 2 Corinthians 12, 7-10. Paul has a thorn in his flesh, and 3 times he's asked the Lord to take it away. And the Lord tells him, my grace is sufficient for you. Now, I don't think that necessarily means that the Lord's telling him, I won't ever take it away, or that he's saying, I want you to live with this for the rest of your life, or this is my plan for you, or I want you to hurt, or I want you to suffer. The Lord doesn't want us to suffer. But I think it's his way of telling Paul, I need you to let go of self-sufficiency. I need you to, I had a friend that described it to me a couple days ago this way. Here's a glass, and the glass is 3/4 full. Do you see that glass that's 3/4 full as you? Like, that's me, I've got it. Or maybe it's all the way full. Like, I've got this. I've got this glass filled up, and it's all me. In that verse, God's saying to Paul, I just need you to have the glass this full of yourself. Just 1/4 will do. Because then my grace is sufficient for you. I can pour in the rest, God says. I can fill that glass up to the top with me, with my power, with my strength, with everything that I am. I can fill that up for you. But if you think the glass is already full of yourself, and you're going to do it all, and you're going to be it all, sorry, the wind's blowing here, that's not going to work. And you won't experience all the grace and all the power that I want you to experience. Because there's a tremendous blessing in letting go to the Lord and saying, God, I can't figure this out, but I'm going to come close to you, and I'm going to let you walk me through this, and I'm going to let your grace be sufficient for me. Because there's things he can teach us. James tells us, be glad when you have trials, because not because of the trials, but because God will teach you, God will grow you, God will expand your territory. There's things that God wants for us in our life that he wants us maybe to do. And he says, I can't take you to that place if you're going to be self-sufficient. I can only take you to that place where you can do great things if you're willing to depend on me. And so God says, come close to me, let go of self-sufficiency, and just trust that I am more than sufficient for all of your needs, and I will take you to where you need to go. I hope that's encouraging for you. I know there's probably a lot of us in this season who need to hear that and be reminded of that, and the Lord's just been reminding me of that this week. Let go. Don't be totally sufficient. Depend on me 100%. And I will take care of you. I will more than take care of you. I will bless you. Be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.